with both coaches before this game.
Yeah, last choice before this ball game with Peru, and Coach, you look at them, I know they're a pretty good offensive rebounding ball club.
Yeah, definitely. One of the tops in the country, definitely tops in the conference. And when you go look at Opitz, he's got 81 offensive rebounds, and between he and Schaubman, they've got over 100 between both of them on the season. So we got to definitely box out tonight.
Yeah, when we played up there, Williams is a good scorer, but there's another guy that hurt us.
Yeah, definitely. Kirkpatrick had a big night. I think he was 5 for 6 from the three. He had 27 points. So guy that we just definitely got to take care of tonight.
Now, do they like to shoot that three, or is that something a little different, that ball game?
No, that's really what they do. You look at their point guard, they're 1 and 2. They've also made over 100 threes on the year. So they really shoot it pretty well, 36% between the two of them. And then you also look at Williams. He offsets them by getting to the basket. So for them, definitely a guards game.
And I know the other night we just didn't shoot the ball at all in that second half. That's going to happen sometimes, so it's kind of nice to have a game less than 48 hours after that.
Yeah, definitely. Got to have amnesia real quick. So yesterday we came in and really worked on our movement and really worked on getting the ball in the hole. And today we had a good shoot around, so hopefully that'll carry over and transcend to the floor.
What are a couple of keys if we're going to get a win over these Bobcats?
Well, definitely, transition defense. They do a good job of pushing the ball and spacing for some shooters. They like to shoot the three, and then taking care of the offensive glass. But most importantly, it's us. It's been about us for several games here. We went on a little streak, and I thought we were taking care of business and doing some good things, and how quickly you can forget. So we definitely got to be, have a lot of detail on us tonight.
All right, Coach, let's go get them.
Thank you.
Okay, chatting now with Peru State men's coach Troy Caton. And Coach, been playing a lot of the conference heavyweights lately, a pretty tough schedule. But boy, on Thursday night, you get a big 12-point win at home against a good Baker team.
We did. Our season or schedule is kind of set up like that, where we get 3 of the top 4 right back to back to back, and we were close on a couple of those and played pretty well, and then. The other night against Baker, we probably played one of our best games of the year, or finally played 40 minutes, and we're hoping to come out and do the same thing tonight.
Well, you got one of your old coaches, Tom Hughes, who's now the head junior college coach at Wentworth Military Academy and College, and I guess he probably taught you quite a bit, didn't he?
Well, you get between him and my high school coach, those are probably our 2 best mentors that I had as far as philosophy and things, and it starts with defense and gets after it and kind of be tough-nosed, and Coach Hughes was a big part of that.
Well, you got 3 players averaging in double figures, so you're spreading the ball around pretty well.
Oh, we are, and that's something we didn't have last year, where, you look at Derek Williams, who had to score and had to do a lot for us last year, and we brought in some help this year for him, and, his number, he's still a very good player, and his numbers haven't shown what we did last year, but he's not having to do as much, and that's been, a lot more of our successes. The conference has figured out we don't have to just key on Derek. We got to worry about Nate. We got to worry about Cody, and then we got to box out some of our bigs.
What are the keys for your guys today, Coach?
Hopefully to mimic the same thing we did the other night against Baker, but the biggest one is you got to control the boards. I think defensive pressure for 40 minutes, and we know we'll get that from Valley, and we just got to make sure that we execute and play our game and hopefully come away with the win.
All right, so there you've heard from both coaches, and it should be a pretty good matchup. As I mentioned, the Vikings have a 1-game lead on Peru in the standings, but Peru knows if they get this win today, not only do they tie Valley in the standings, but they would have the tiebreaker by winning the season series. Now, Derek Williams, a 6'3" senior in the starting lineup. Derek is out of St. Joseph, Missouri. Cody Kirkpatrick, he had 27 points in the first meeting. He is out of Laomie, Illinois, a 6'2" junior. Also, Nate Bowie, a 6'3" junior. Bowie is out of Mesa, Arizona. We mentioned Richard Opitz. Opitz, a great offensive rebounder, the 6'7" senior. Opitz out of Topeka, Kansas. And also in the starting lineup is Shaban, a 6'6" senior. And he is out of Defiance, Iowa. The Vikings will go with Michael Connor, a 6'1" senior out of Fort Worth, Texas. Jordan Epps, his average down just under 19 points, now 18.9, out of Nixon, Missouri. Kevin Stander, the 5'10", the sophomore, out of Republic. Jim Thomas is in the starting lineup. I take it Jim Thomas in the starting lineup tonight, the 5'11" junior. Lawrence Brown, a 6'8" junior out of Chicago. And James Pope, 6'4" senior, he is out of St. Petersburg, Florida. So Kevin Stander not in the starting lineup tonight. It'll be Epps along with Connor, Pope, Lawrence Brown, and Jim Thomas for the Vikings, who are trying to break a 4-game losing streak of their own. Valley comes in 4-9 in the league. Peru is 3-10. Again, Peru won the first game between these two by the score of 86 to 79. So Valley trying to return the favor this afternoon.
Well, kind of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde act for the Vikings the other night down in Springfield. Really played a very good first half against a very strong Evangel team. Boy, the second half, Vikes just couldn't find the rhythm on offense, and it turned into a blowout, but down the stretch. But Vikes really played at least the first half, a much better game than that final score would indicate.
The Vikings in their home grays with the purple numerals trimmed in orange, and the Bobcats in their blue with a white and black trim in the jump circle. It'll be Shaven against Lawrence Brown, and Joe, take it away.
All right, underway, and Peru State wins the opening tap. Cody Kirkpatrick, who had a big night against the Vikings out in Peru, brings it across. Now gets it to Bowie, guarded out there by Jordan Epps. Now they get it down inside. Jump shot in off the glass is good, and that's by Andre Wells. That's the first bucket of the game, and Peru State jumps out 2-0. Man-to-man defense. Epps around a screen. Hands outside, Kendall Hayes. Hayes deep on the right wing. Michael Connor. Connor right in front of the Peru bench. Left-hand dribble. Stop and go dribble. Spins in about 12 feet out. Missed it. Rebound out of there by Wells for Peru State.
Well, 6'10". He's got some length on it.
Peru coached by Troy Caton. The Vikings coached again by Chad Lance. Now Bowie gets on the left wing to Derek Williams, the leading scorer on the team. Williams spins into the paint. Goes around Kendall Hayes, but set it off his leg out of bounds. So a turnover Peru, ball back to the Vikings. We played just under a minute here, 2-0 Peru.
But again, Kendall Hayes getting a start instead of James Pope, and Jim Thomas in there instead of Kevin Stander. Chad Lance trying to change some things up a little bit.
Now Epps gets it into Hayes. Hayes spins in with the left hand, throws it up, and he's fouled on the shot. So nice job by Jordan Epps as he finds Kendall Hayes slashing down the middle. And that foul is going to come up on Derek Williams. That's the first foul of the game on either team. It'll be a non-shooting foul, so Vikes will inbounds. Lawrence Brown will flip it in, gets it into Hayes. Hayes head of the key to Connor now. High post to Brown. Law inside, has it swatted, but I believe that's going to be a foul. And that's going to come up
on Shaben, I believe?
Jacob Shaben. That'll be the second team foul in the last 10 seconds. Ken, I don't really remember Andre Wells. I don't remember him much in that first game. Well, he's a big guy. They list him in the program at 6'10". First shot by Lawrence Brown is good. So Law, who's really found his offensive stroke. He had a pretty good game the other night down at Evangel. He had 11. He was the only Viking in double figures. Second shot, missed it. And the rebound comes out of there to Shaben for Peru. So Peru hangs on to a 2-1 lead. Pressure by the Vikings. Right wing, Kilpatrick. Now there's a long three by Bowie. That's good. So Nate Bowie knocks down his first shot of the game. It's a tray, and Peru goes on top. 5-1, 18.5 minutes left.
Well, Wells has only played in 15 of their games this year, so.
Now Law Brown right over the top of the big 6'10" man. Law Brown goes right over the top of Andre Wells, kisses it off the glass. Law's got all three Viking points. They trail by 2. Now Kirkpatrick into the lane, outside Williams. Williams guarded by Connor, comes around a screen, pulls up free throw line. Now down low, a wraparound pass down low as Wells tried to get it down to Jacob Shaben, knocked out of bounds by one of the Vikings. Peru keeps it under their own bucket.
Looking at Andre Wells, he's played in 15 of their games, so he hadn't played in all the games, just started a couple of them in only 174 minutes. So, yeah, he did not play.
I don't remember seeing him. He's a big guy. Now in the corner it comes to Williams. Williams came off the bench in Peru. He's the leading scorer on this team. Left wing to Bowie. Bowie guarded by Epps. Now picked up outside. Gives it to Williams. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Bowie launches another three. This one lips off the back iron. Michael Connor gets a rebound for the Vikings. Here comes Mo Valley. Jim Thomas pulls up for the tray. This one's short. Bowie grabs a rebound for the Bobcats. Ahead to Williams. Now he skips it all the way across to Kilpatrick. Into the corner, Bowie drives in. Hands down low to Wells. Has it knocked away. As I couldn't tell, was that Lawrence Brown got a hand? I was kind of shielded by the official. Lawrence Brown got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Bobcats. 17:38 left. It's a 2-point Peru State lead.
Lawrence was there, so was Hayes. I think Lawrence got it.
They bring it outside deep to Bowie. Now Kilpatrick. High post Shaven wide open, but he didn't take the shot. Now he goes over the top of Brown, spins to the glass, up and in. So nice strong move that time by Jacob Shaven as he gets his first bucket. The lead is 4.
Well, Shaven only averages 4 points a game, but you let him that wide open, he's going to have a bunch.
Richard Opitz not in the
Yeah.
starting lineup today. I guess Wells has taken his spot as Wells got a piece of Jim Thomas's shot, but Kendall Hayes gets it back. Can't get it to go. Tip try misses. Hayes back up and in. So nice job on the offensive glass by the Vikes that time. As they get 3 offensive rebounds, bring the lead back to 2.
Opitz ready to come in now.
Now Bowie across the timeline. Deep left wing, Williams right in front of the Viking bench. Behind the back dribble, spins into the paint. Nice move, missed it. Rebound underneath, Hayes for the Vikings. Vikes will try to tie, can take the lead with a 3 here. Epps all the way to the glass, up and in. So Jordan Epps takes it coast to coast, off the glass, the right side, and Coach Troy Caton wants a timeout. So we are down to the 16:38 mark here in the first half, tied at 7.
Well, we've seen Epps do that many times this year. Now Opitz will come in, a 6'7" senior, a great rebounder, 8.3 rebounds a game, but he did not start. And he'll be in to replace Wells, but kind of looks like these teams right now are pretty evenly matched, just physical size and everything else out there.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at Andre Wells, and I'm seeing they list him at 6'10", don't have a weight, but he's a senior out of Colorado Springs. Yeah. He's about as big a guy as I've seen in this conference.
He's a big man.
And Coach Troy Caton telling him right now what he wants him to do under the bucket. So they're having a little man-to-man chat.
It's a one-way conversation.
Yeah, I know.
There was no talking from number 25.
Well, I heard him say yes, sir, one time. All right, it'll be Peru State's ball. Vikes will pick up pressure. 16:38 left, all tied up. Bowie gets it across to Kirkpatrick now back to Bowie as he walks it across the timeline. Picked up there by Epps. Kirkpatrick spins around a screen in the corner to Bowie. Bowie comes around an open screen. Now there's a block. They're going to call a block on one of the Vikings right that time is Bowie.
And I think
came around the outside, and I think that's going to come up on Michael Connor.
Hurt that arm again. He's had that problem with that right shoulder, and whatever he did, he just hurt that shoulder and arm again.
Well, we made the comment we thought Michael looked better on Thursday night down at Evangel than he has in quite a while. Right, Peru State ball. We're tied at 7. Outside to Kirkpatrick, deep in the corner to Bowie. Bowie head of the key, Williams. Williams swings at Kirkpatrick. Back between the circles to Williams. Left-hand dribble. Stander in the Viking lineup picks him up. Now Bowie comes around a screen. Kendall Hayes goes for the steal. Can't get it. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Skip past Williams. Williams all the way to the rack. Puts up a flip shot. Missed it. Rebound Stander for the Vikings. Vikes can take their first lead of the game. Now 3 by Epps. This one lips out. Kendall Hayes offensive rebound. His baseline jumper is strong. And Williams clears the boards for Peru. Williams quickly the other way. Throws it up and in. And Derek Williams, averaging, I believe, 13-something a game for this Peru State team, just takes that one right to the rack for his first bucket. It's a 2-point lead. 14-4 Williams is averaging. Now Jim Thomas for the lead. This one misses. Law Brown tries to keep it away, but they say Law knocked it out of bounds, so it goes back to Peru as James Pope checks in.
Coach just talking to Kendall Hayes, did a great job getting the rebound. Coach saying, hey, run the offense, because the last couple times that we've taken a pretty quick shot.
Yeah. 9-7, the Peru State Bobcats on the road ahead of the Missouri Valley Vikings. Vikings trying to pick up their 5th conference win, trying to move up in the standings. Right now they're in 7th place in the conference race. Left wing over to Williams, picked up by Law Brown. Gets it down to Opitz. Now knocked out of bounds, I believe, by James Pope. So Peru will keep possession. Bobcats inbound right in front of Coach Chad Lance. Vikes lost Thursday night on the road at Evangel. We'll be back at home again next Thursday to take on Central Methodist. There's a jump shot by Derek Williams, misses. Nice rebound by Law Brown. Brown ahead to Epps. Epps back outside to Thomas. Thomas back to Brown. Law puts up a 15-footer. Bang! So Lawrence Brown again showing his ability to shoot from the outside. He's got 5 of the 9 Viking points. We're tied up.
Good job by Law. Very confident in that 15-foot jumper.
Williams down in the corner to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick around a pick. Deep on the right wing, Bowie. Bowie left-hand dribble. Now Epps tries to go for the steal, hooks him with the left arm, and that'll be the first foul of the game on Jordan Epps. Second foul on the Vikings.
I think Jordan almost had it first time, lost it, and then he kind of hooked him on the elbow.
We played 5.5 minutes, tied at 9 here in the early going. Grover C. Redford Gymnasium on the Missouri Valley campus. Derek Williams goes inside. Now has it swatted. Oh, I believe they're going to call a foul on Lawrence Brown. They said Lawrence claiming he got all ball, but they said he got a little bit of Derek Williams' body, so that'll put Williams, who is a senior out of St. Joe, put him on the line for 2 shots.
I was going to say, look out, Law. Law was starting to argue that call a little bit and thought better about it.
Instead, he turned and started talking to his teammates.
Yeah, good move.
Williams at the line. First shot's good. So Williams has 3 in the game. He'll have 1 more as he'll try to extend Peru State's lead back up to 2 with 14:25 left in the half. For the Vikings, it's Stander, Pope, Epps, Law Brown, and Jim Thomas on the floor right now. Second shot by Williams is perfect. So he gets both. It's an 11-9 game, Viking basketball. Pope, right wing, Epps. Epps holds it high above his head. Back to Stander. His 3 for the lead. Got it. So Kevin Stander, fresh off the bench, knocks down his first shot of the game. Gives the Vikings a 1-point lead.
Good job by Kevin. Hit the first shot. Get his confidence up there.
Peru the other way. Here comes Kirkpatrick around a pick. Deep on the right wing, Williams. Williams stop and go dribble. Pulls up for the J. This one lips out. Rebound James Pope for the Vikings. Vikes try to extend a very slim 1-point lead. Pope hands outside to Stander. Kevin just knocked down a 3. Now wide open on the baseline. Lawrence Brown leaves it short. Rebound Bowie. Bowie quickly across the timeline for Peru. All the way to the rack with the left hand and swatted in there by, is that Lawrence Brown? Yep. Yeah, Lawrence. And Lawrence got that one clean. I don't think there's any foul call on that one. So nice job of rotating over by the big man to swat that one out of bounds.
Lionel Deluska will come in now. Lawrence going to take a quick breather. He's tired. He's going to come out he won't be out long.
You know, since Lawrence has been playing well offensively, you've seen his energy level pick up. I think he's playing better ball on both ends of the floor. Now outside to Bowie. Back head of the key, Kirkpatrick open for his first shot. This one misses, and Jim Thomas skies for the rebound. JT went up pretty high that time. Like set the man-to-man offense. Pope sets a screen. Now Thomas comes around and gives it back to Stander. Stander around a Lionel Deliska screen. Kevin into the paint. Throws up a runner and knocks it down. I don't know how he hit that shot. Kevin Stander completely off balance that time, but got hung up in the air, got it off the glass. Vikes' biggest lead of the game. They lead it by 3. Now Bowie outside, picked up by Epps. Head of the key, Williams. Williams stop and go into the paint. Tries to get it down low to the big man, Andre Wells. And the big guy can't corral that pass off his hands out of bounds. Back to Missouri Valley.
Yeah, good job. Good pass, but he wasn't prepared for that one right off his hands. So let's see if the Vikings can take advantage of that.
Now Jarvis Green Smoot checks into the lineup for Peru State. He's a 6'2 junior out of Norfolk, Nebraska. Kevin Stander, who scored the last 5 Viking points, gets it over to Epps. Epps strongly into the paint. Ball fake. Back to Kevin. His 3 in the air. This one misses. Rebound Opitz. Richard Opitz, one of the top rebounders in the nation, pulled that one down. Now back to Smoot. Smoot around a screen. Back in the corner to Bowie. He drives inside. Goes up over the top of Deliska. It's going to be a basket and one. It's a nice drive that time by Nate Bowie. Foul on Lionel Deliska. He'll be at the line at 1 to try to tie this thing back up.
Yeah. 14-13, Valley by 1. Good to see Michael Connor coming back into the ball game. Hurt that shoulder a little bit. And Kevin Stander will head to the end of the bench, and Michael Connor back in.
Nate Bowie will go to the line. He'll try to complete the three-point play. He averages 13 points a game. First shot in the air, got it. So Bowie completes the conventional three-point play. We're tied once again, this time at 14 with 12:22 left to play. Thomas comes around a DeLisca screen all the way to the rack, has it swatted, but I think they're going to say maybe that Richard Opitz, I think it's Opitz that got a piece of it.
Yeah.
Yep, call that foul. Opitz got a piece of Jim Thomas on the drive. That'll be his first foul. That's the third foul on Peru State, and that'll put Thomas on the line for a couple. Thomas, a junior out of St. Louis, misses the first one. He'll have one more. Ken trying to get some girl scores here.
Some scores are not coming up today.
You get to be pretty technology savvy here.
That's right.
Huh? All right, second shot by Thomas. He gets the second one, so JT knocks down 1 out of 2, and with that, the Vikings regain a 1-point lead, 12-13 to go in the half. With pressure by the Vikes in the backcourt. Long lead pass to Opitz. He drives in and missed it, but he's hammered by Lionel DeLisca as Richard Opitz got loose on the press and took it right to the rack, and DeLisca slaps him as he goes by, a 2-shot foul. That'd be 2 on Lionel. Richard Opitz, he's a 6'7" senior out of Topeka, Kansas. First shot in the air, missed it. So he'll have one more as he'll try to tie this thing back up with 12:06 left to play in the half. Peru decked out in their blue uniforms with white numerals. Vikes in their gray with purple numerals as Opitz knocks down the second free throw, and we're tied once again at the 12-minute mark, 15 up. Now Epps drives inside and he's fouled. So once again, a nice job of penetrating by Jordan Epps. He'll go to the line for a couple.
Boy, and then when we know when Epps wants to get inside that lane, he can get there. Brody Thompson will check in after this first free throw. Tie game with 11:59 to go.
Brody Thompson, freshman out of Republic. Jordan Epps, another Springfield product. Jordan knocks down his first free throw. I think Jordan's scoring average went down below 19 for the first time in quite a while, 18.9. He still leads the Harbor America Conference in scoring. Hits the first free throw. He'll have one more. The freshman bends the knees. Perfect. So Epps knocks down both free throws. Vikings back up by a couple as we're under the 12-minute mark. Vikes need a stop right here. Right wing to Smoot. Smoot gets it high post to Shaban, has it knocked away. And a battle for the loose ball. Now they're going to call over and back.
Over and back.
Over and back. It's going to be the call against Peru State, and Coach Troy Caton trying to argue that somebody got a hand on it, but now they're going to say, I believe, no deal. The Vikings will get the ball.
Yeah, over and back is what they're going to make the call. Say nobody else touched it.
So James Pope will trigger it inbounds for the Vikings. Gets it into Thompson. Thompson guarded by Smoot. A little shoving going on, no call. Epps deep on the left wing, Michael Connor. Connor skip pass back to Epps. Head of the key, Connor. Reverse it over to Brody Thompson. Thompson into the paint. Now tries to get it down low to Kendall Hayes. Almost threw it away, but Connor gets it back. Now Hayes into the paint with the left hand. Baseline jumper. Pope got it. Great ball movement by the Vikings that time as they move that ball around the horn a couple times. Find a wide open James Pope on the baseline. His first bucket, 19-15 Vikings. Head of the key, Williams for Peru. Back to Bowie. Williams tries to go in on Epps. Now gets it back to Bowie. Bowie will back it out between the circles. Skip pass across to Smoot. Now driving inside, a runner by Williams, and somebody tapped that ball. I think that was up inside the rim. No call. Rebound, Brody Thompson. So Williams, I'm not sure. I thought that ball might have fallen back in. I thought somebody got a hand on it when it was hanging up above the cylinder, but no call. Thompson around the pick. Vikes lead it by 4. Head of the key to Epps. Now they're going to call, I think, an offensive foul on one of the Vikes. It's going to be a foul, I think, on Kendall Hayes. I guess maybe an offensive illegal screen, whatever. And that'll be team foul number 6 on the Vikings. So with 10:39 left to play in the half, Peru State will be in the 1-1 for the rest of the half. Now Kirkpatrick brings it across. He had a big night. Vikes have kept him in check so far. He had a big night when we played up in Peru in early January. What'd you say? He had 23, 24 that game?
Yeah, he had 27.
27, yeah. He hit a lot of shots from the outside. Vikes lead at 19-15. Kirkpatrick down low to Smoot, who cuts back door. Almost has it taken away by Hayes, and now they say Kendall knocks the ball out of bounds. As Law Brown checks back in for the Vikings. James Pope will take a seat. 10-10 left, 19-15. Vikings on top, trying to get their 5th conference win. Backdoor cut. Now Williams has it taken away by Hayes. Ahead to Epps. Jordan drives in off the glass and in. So Jordan Epps got down the floor very quickly. Nice pass from Kendall Hayes. Vikes' biggest lead of the game, 6, as we're under the 10-minute mark here in the first half. Williams, right wing, Shaban. Back to Williams. Long 3 by Kirkpatrick. This one misses. Rebound, offensive rebound, Wells. Missed the follow, and Kendall Hayes rips there. Lawrence Brown rips down the rebound for the Vikings. Quickly ahead to Thompson. Thompson drives inside. Whacked on the head by the 6'10 Wells. And Wells just kind of stuck his elbow on top of Brody Thompson's head that time, I think, and it'll be a 2-shot foul.
But we're starting, it seems like we're kind of starting to take over this ball game and kind of take it over the momentum of this game just a little bit.
That'll be a foul on the big 6'10 Andre Wells. That's his first foul of the game. 5th team foul on Peru State, and Thompson sees the first free throw spit out. He'll have one more. Again, Brody Thompson, a freshman out of Republic. Try to give the Vikings a 7-point lead with the second free throw. Kendall Hayes comes. He'll take a seat for the Vikings. Thompson bends at the knees. Second one's good. So Brody knocks down 1 out of 2. 22-15. Vikings lead at 9:34 left here in the half. Bowie walks it across the timeline. Left-hand dribble picked up there by Thompson. Right wing, it goes to Kirkpatrick. Brown and Wells scrapping for position inside, and now they're going to call a reach-in, I think, on James Pope, I believe. They say James reached in, got a little bit of body, so the Vikes over the limit now foul-wise. That'll be James's first foul. And that'll put on the line for a 1-and-1 Justin Jones, who's just checked into the lineup for Peru State. Jones will have a 1-and-1. He's a freshman out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Left-hander, missed it. Rebound, offensive rebound, Wells. So Peru State will reset the offense. They get it deep in the left wing to Williams. Williams head of the key now to Jones. Jones back to Williams on the left wing, right in front of the Viking bench. Williams in the corner to Bowie. Bowie, a ball fake, goes to the baseline. Shot up, comes up short. Rebound, no inside as Williams puts it up and in. So Derek Williams, right place, right time. He's got 6 points. It's a 5-point game.
Well, his offensive rebounds will kill you, won't they?
Oh, they can. And Williams skies high to get that missed shot by Connor ahead to Bowie. Bowie missed it.
Oh, boy.
Rebound, Lawrence Brown. And Bowie, instead of using the backboard, tried to lay it over the front of the rim, and it rolls off the front. So Vikings dodge a big bullet right there. Now Epps fouled as Andre Wells. And I think that's the last thing you want your 6'10 center to do is reach around a guard 25 feet out from the basket.
Yeah, I think so too.
And that's Andre Wells' second. And that's the 7th. That's only the 6th team foul, I believe, on Peru State. So after this foul, Vikes will be in 1-and-1 for the rest of the half. Inbound, the Vikes to Connor. Connor back between the circles. Jim Thomas. Jim directing traffic, guarded by Williams. Now Connor hits Pope on the run, and Wells swats that one out of bounds. Boy, the big guy just went up and looked like a volleyball spike that time. 22-17, Vikings lead at 8:24 to go here in the half as Law Brown will inbound for the Vikes. Gets in the corner to Pope. Pope head of the key, Michael Connor. Connor left wing, Thomas. JT around a screen. Pulls up over Wells. Missed it. Rebound Williams. I tell you, Derek Williams really doing a good job on the board.
Great job. He's taking over.
And he brings it into the forecourt. Now decides to back it out, slow up the offense. There's a 3 out of the corner by Jones. Got it. So Julian Jones knocks down his first. Justin Jones knocks down his first bucket of the game. It's a 3-pointer. Viking lead down to 2 with 7:54 left in the half. Pope, back to Connor. Connor deep right wing, Thomas. Thomas head of the key, Epps, almost loses it, gets it back. Hounded out there by Kirkpatrick. They're not going to leave Jordan Epps open unless they have to. Now Epps spins, pulls up for a quick jumper and got it. Boy, and there's that patented move off the dribble. A quick move to the right, a quick back step to the left, and knocks down the jumper. Epps has 8, excuse me. Now Williams drives in. He gets it to go. So Williams and Jordan Epps both with 8 points in this game is Viking lead down to 2. Now Epps brings it the other way and finds Law Brown underneath under the basket. Law lays it in. He's got 7. And I tell you, Ken, both teams just up and down the floor right now.
Yeah, that's fun to watch.
26-22, Vikings lead it by 4. Jones, head of the key, fakes a jump shot, gives it back outside Kirkpatrick. Head of the key, Williams, deep in the corner, Bowie. Now lob, high post, Jones. Jones pivots, 14 on the shot clock. Left wing, Kirkpatrick. Patrick guarded out there by Thomas. Now pivots back to the middle, gets it back to Williams. Williams almost has it stripped. 4 on the shot clock. Ball fake, 3 in the air by Kirkpatrick. Missed it. Good defense by the Vikings that time as they made Peru run the shot clock all the way down. Here comes Epps. Epps pulls up for a runner in the lane. Offensive rebound, Loris Brown, but has it knocked out of bounds. So good defense by the Vikes that last time down the court.
Really good defense. Forced a tough shot by Kirkpatrick, and the long rebound came out to the Vikings, and a good job by Law Brown working on the glass down there as well.
Now Kendall Hayes comes back in the lineup. Looks like Law Brown will take a seat. So
I'm a little tired.
Yeah. Law runs that floor pretty well. 6 minutes, 24 seconds left. It's 26-22. The Vikings lead here at home. Now Kendall Hayes pulls up for the J. This one comes off the back iron, and Opitz there to gather the rebound for Peru State.
Opitz 8.3 rebounds a game. He's a good one.
Now Peru walks it into the forecourt. Head of the key, Bowie. Right wing, Kirkpatrick gives it back to him. Likes that man defense. They've been there all afternoon. Williams guarded by Thomas. Down low block, Opitz. Opitz spins on Hayes, has it knocked away. Bodies on the floor, and they're going to call a timeout. I think Coach Troy Caton called a timeout before Opitz was tied up. So that'll be a timeout with just under 6 minutes to play. Missouri Valley hanging on to a 4-point, 26-22 lead.
All right, I was working hard to get these scores. I finally found them. Here we go. Baker knocked off Culver today in Baldwin City, 76-75. Evangel beat Graceland in Lamoni, 53-52.
53-52, wow.
So Graceland still looking for that win. That would have been nice for Valley if we could have had Graceland win that game. Mid-America beat Benedictine in Atchison, 70-65.
Well,
so
that was a good game.
Now number 1. And CMU, boy, they putting some points up, 87-61 over Avila in Kansas City.
They come
today.
in here on Thursday night. They've scored 107, and when they scored 87.
Yeah,
so they're averaging well over 90, probably about 95, almost 100 points a game in their last 2 games.
The last couple games. We'll go to the standings at the next break.
All right, it's Peru ball. They get the ball inside to Opitz, and he goes up and he's fouled, I believe, by James Pope. There's that nice high-low pass as Justin Jones found Richard Opitz breaking down the middle. That foul is going to come up on James Pope, and I believe that'll be his second. I've got him for 2. They've got 1 on the board, but
I've got him for 2.
I think that's his second. Opitz at the line, 1 out of 2 from the stripe thus far. First shot in the air, good. He'll have 1 more. He'll try to make this a 2-point game with 5:51 left.
Once again, a decent crowd here this afternoon.
Good crowd.
Watch the ball game.
Opitz' second shot comes up short. Nice rebound by Kendall Hayes. He skies to get the carom. Vikes still lead by 3. Thomas, head of the key, gives outside to Michael Connor. Connor back to JT. Thomas, the right-hand dribble, pulls up for a 3 and got it. Jim Thomas going to his right. He's left-handed, knocks down his first bucket of the game. He's got 4, 6-point lead for the Vikings. Need a stop right here. Need a little momentum right before halftime if we can. Left wing Williams for Peru. Guarded there by Pope. Head of the key, Bowie. Bowie high post Jones. Back to Williams. Vikes doing a good job on the defensive end. Williams comes around a screen. Thought about going into the lane, instead gets it back out around the perimeter. Now Kirkpatrick drives inside. Jones launches a left-handed three, lips out. Williams with the offensive rebound. And boy, Derek Williams, what a job he's done on the boards. He's got 10 points right now to trim the lead down to 4. Now Epps, double team, gives to Thomas in the corner. His three is called a 2. They say he was on the line. So Jim Thomas has scored the last 5 Viking points, and Coach Caton of Peru State wants a timeout. So 4 minutes, 40 seconds left. Vikings still lead by 6. Playing here at home, trying to get their 5th conference win of the year.
Pretty exciting in that first half. Vikings come into this game averaging 67.6 points a game. Peru's 71.7. Peru gives up 71.2, and they score 71.7. So had a lot of close games. But Valley giving up averaging 67.6 points a game. But both teams doing a pretty good job offensively.
Yeah, it's been a good first half. Both teams shooting the ball pretty well, and the Vikings really have maintained this 4 to 6 point lead for about the last 6 or 7 minutes. That's good to see. We come back, it'll be Peru's ball. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the first half.
Boy, Williams has had to have. He has 10 points. He's leading there. All scores with 10 for the Vikings. Epps has 8. Law Brown has 7. Law coming back in.
Ball getting ready to check back in now. Boy, there's a lob pass to Williams. Boy, they ran that. There was the old alley-oop, and they ran that to perfection. And I'm sure they set that up during the timeout as Nate Bowie just threw the ball over the top of the Viking defense. And Derek Williams timed his leap perfectly. That was a great play.
Well, and I mean, they ran him off a pick. He's got some hops, and he went up, put it in. Nice play, 31-27.
4 minutes, 30 seconds left to play. Vikings clinging to that 4-point lead. Now Epps says, watch me, puts it up with the left hand, missed it. Rebound Opitz. Head to Kirkpatrick, quickly into the forecourt. Deep on the wing to Jones. Back now, head of the key, Bowie. Ball fake. Corner to Williams. Now they get it on the right wing, Kirkpatrick. Guarded by Epps. Comes around a screen with a left-hand dribble. Bowie fakes Kendall Hayes. Back to Kirkpatrick. His three in the air. Missed it. And offensive rebound Opitz. And the Vikes wanted Williams over the back. And three by Bowie. Jumps up and down and drops in. So Nate Bowie knocks down his second three. That's the first shot he's taken in a while. It's now a 1-point game. Now one of the Peru players tips it out of bounds as Kendall Hayes tried to lob it into Law Brown. And off Peru, out of bounds. Vikes keep it under their own bucket with a 31-30 lead. Vikes inbounds, Lawrence Brown. Now gets it into Michael Connor. Connor backs it out between the circles, guarded by Derek Williams. Kendall Hayes deep outside. Picked up out there by Jones. Now Thomas. Low block, Law Brown. They're going to call Law for traveling, I believe. So
tried to gather that ball and make his move. And I don't know. I'm looking here on our live stream. It didn't look like much of a travel, but I saw something on that baseline.
3.5 left. It's a 1-point Viking lead. Now Jim Thomas goes for the steal. Got a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds, so it'll stay with Peru State. Bobcats won the first meeting. These two teams played right after the first of the year, played up in Peru, Nebraska. It was a high-scoring game, 86-79. Today, Vikings have led most of the way. They lead it by 1 right now. Williams, left wing, Bowie's three in the air. This one bangs off, missed it, but a tip as Richard Opitz gets inside. And Opitz, a good rebounder. You got to keep him off the glass. He found the inside lane that time. With his stick back, he gives Peru a 1-point lead.
I think second chance points again this afternoon have been very big as far as Peru's concerned.
Got to keep Williams, got to keep Opitz off that offensive glass. Now Jim Thomas comes around a screen, dishes back to Lawrence Brown. They're going to say Lawrence fouled as he cut to the bucket. So that is team foul, should be team foul number 8, I believe, on Peru State. So that'll put Law on the line for a 1-and-1.
Second foul on Derek Williams. Valeska and Pope are going to come in. Valeska will come in for Law Brown after these free throws. Pope is in for Hayes.
Law Brown with 7 points in the game, 1 out of 2 from the line thus far. He should have a 1-and-1 right here as he will try to give the Vikings the lead. Got the first one. So Law will have one more, give him 8 points in the game thus far as he'll try to put Mo Valley back on top. Bends the knees. This one misses. Rebound out of there to Bowie. So we're tied at 32, 2:42 left. Now the Vikes get a steal. Epps gets a steal. Here come the Vikes the other way as they'll try to once again regain the lead. Head of the key, Pope. Pope hands outside to Thomas, and now they're going to call a foul, I believe. Illegal pick on James Pope, and I believe they've only got 2. I think that's James Pope's third foul.
Third too. I have him with 3.
They've only got 2 up. I think they gave one of James's fouls to Brody Thompson earlier in the game.
Yeah.
I think the official said 3-0, and they thought it was 0-3.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So I guess officially he's got 2 fouls.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. All right, 32-32, all tied up. 2.5 left here in the half. Boyd, head of the key, left-hand dribble, gives it outside to Williams. Williams back to Bowie. Now they lob it inside. They get it inside to Opitz. He crashes to the basket and lays it in. So Opitz now has 6, and Peru State regains a 2-point lead.
Nice interior pass, nice soft pass. All Opitz had to do was catch it and lay it in.
Now they're going to call a push-off, I believe, on Justin Jones underneath. He and James Pope going at it under the bucket. I think they're going to say Jones a little bit too much extracurricular activity, and that should put James Pope on the line for a 1-and-1. James had that one baseline jumper midway through the first half. He should have a chance to tie this thing back up if he can hit both. First shot, short. So James missed the shot, and now
have a foul on the rebound on Lionel Deleska.
So Pope comes up short, and I think he fouls, I believe, Richard Opitz. So that'll be Deleska. I've got him for 3. That's his third foul. And that'll put, looks like it's going to put Justin Jones on the line for a 1-and-1. Jones, a left-hander. He's a 6'6" freshman again from Edmond, Oklahoma. He'll have a 1-and-1 right here. Bends his knees, left-hander, wearing an elbow brace, puts it up, missed the first one. He'll have one more.
He's over 2 from the line.
The lead is 2 for Peru State. We've just got just over 2 minutes left here in the first half. Again, the Vikings in front of a pretty good-sized home crowd here trying to win their 5th conference game and stay entrenched in the 7th place in the conference standings. Now Jones will have one more. Second shot in the air, got this one. So Justin Jones knocks down 1 out of 2, give him 4 in the game. The Peru State lead is 3. Now double team, they get it to Hayes. Kendall inside off the glass, can't get it to go. That ball just barely lipped out. Rebound Bowie for Peru State. Comes Peru the other way, back to Williams. He spins inside, flips it up in the air, too strong. Opitz gets an offensive rebound. Now has it knocked away, but gets it back.
Well, he's strong.
Head of the key, Bowie. Bowie all the way down into Opitz. He flips it up, but he's fouled on the shot. So I tell you, Richard Opitz is very active on the inside, always moving without the ball, and he'll draw the 2-shot foul.
You know, he's not the big wide body that looks real strong, but you watch him play in there. He is a physical player. He is physical.
Yeah, and that foul comes up on Lawrence Brown. That'll be Law's second. And that puts Opitz at the line. He's 2 out of 4. First shot in the air, got it. So Opitz knocks down the first one. He'll have one more as Nick Diatta out of Senegal, Africa, checks in for the Vikings for the first time.
Boy, pretty good run here by the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think the Vikes led by as much as 6 not all that long ago. Now Opitz to try to complete the 2-point play, and he does. He knocks down both free throws. Biggest lead of the game for Peru State. They lead it by 5. Now pressure in the backcourt. Vikes throw it away. Here comes Bowie. Lyers that alley-oop again. This time it doesn't happen. But Kirkpatrick gets the loose ball. Gets it back out to Bowie. Bowie spins inside, up and in. So Nate Bowie drives inside and scores. Chad Lance wants a timeout. So we're down to 119 here in the first half. And I'm not sure. I know it's at least a 7-0 run. I'm thinking more than that as the Vikes led by 6. Now it's a 7-point lead for Peru State with 119 left.
I think so. Chad is upset. What he's talking about more than anything else, rebound. He has to be talking about rebounding more than anything else because right now, if you look at the offensive rebounds, they are really dominating inside there.
Coach Tom Hughes in Wentworth. Coach Tom with us today. He has a day off, but he's watching Chad on the sideline. Coach, you don't ever get mad, do you?
No, I'm perfectly calm during every game. But watch out for that lightning bolt because I'm lying, Joe.
Folks, if you believe he's perfectly calm, I've got a piece of real estate I want to sell you here when the game's over.
Yeah, he is upset, and it's all. I know it's at least a 7-0 run. It may be a 10-12 point run. I wish I would have written the score down, but the Vikings were kind of cruising up by 6, 7, just kind of going along, and all of a sudden it has stopped them. All the momentum now over to the guys in the blue.
Yeah, and in good timeout, though, you don't want to go into the halftime with all this momentum in Peru State. So this is a pretty important possession. I think the Vikes want to come down and get a good shot this time and see if we can break this run.
And if you're Peru, you say, hey, we've got the home team on the ropes a little bit. Let's just finish this half and see what happens.
All right, Vikings inbounds, pressure by the Bobcats. They got a turnover last time Missouri Valley had the ball. Epps. Jordan brings it across, splits a double team, comes between two people, wanted to foul, don't get it, but he gets the ball into Diotta. Nice job by Jordan Epps as he breaks the press, finds a wide open Nick Diotta under the bucket. That's his first bucket, and that breaks a long Peru run, trims the lead back to 5.
Good job by Diotta, good job by Epps.
Left wing Kirkpatrick, we're down under a minute, 52 seconds left. Diotta picks up Kirkpatrick outside, gives back to Williams. Williams crashes inside, tries to get it into Opitz, taken away by Hayes. Ahead to Epps. Good job by Jordan keeping control. Epps pulls up for the J, got it. So Jordan Epps knocks down the J. It's a 4-point Viking run. We've got a 3-point game with 30 seconds left.
All right, shot clock is off. They can work for the last shot if they choose to do so.
So Peru State probably will go for that last shot. Kirkpatrick. Now Kirkpatrick loses it out of bounds. Just went off his hand out of bounds, and they say the Vikings get the ball. So, boy, that'd be great.
Coach Kate just puts his head, both hands on top of his head because they could have worked for the last shot, and they got in a hurry and dribbled it out of bounds.
Let's close this half out with either a 6, maybe even a 7-point run. We hit a 3 here. We can tie this thing up. Okay. 17 seconds left as Jordan Epps will walk it across. Sure, the Vikings will at least try to play for the last shot. Epps guarded by Kirkpatrick. Down under 10, 9, 8. And now Kirkpatrick knocks Jordan Epps on the head. And that's going to be a foul on Cody Kirkpatrick. So I'm sure Coach Troy Cade not very happy the way this last minute 19 has expired here. As they had a 7-point lead when Coach Chad Lance took a timeout. And Vikes now have cut it to 3, can make it a 1-point game if Epps can knock down a couple here.
19 fouls, so it'll be a 1-1.
Epps at the free throw line. First one's good. So Jordan will have one more. He's a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. He's in double figures with 11. As David Smith will check in for the last 7.5 seconds.
First time we've seen David, isn't it?
I think he's going to take Jordan Epps out if Jordan makes his second free throw. Epps has made it a 2-point game. He'll try to trim the lead to 1 with one more here. Shots in the air. Got it. So Epps knocks it down. And boy, what a run by the Vikings. A 6-0 run in 1 minute and 19 seconds. And we've got a 1-point game.
Still have 7.5 seconds to go. David Smith's going to put some pressure on him.
If we're at Graceland, this could be a 3-trip.
Yeah,
3-trip, 7.5.
Don't foul.
Now Bowie. Bowie gets it across. Taken away by Smith. Now they say David traveled. So David Smith got the steal as he took it away from Nate Bowie, but they say he shuffles his feet. So we're down to 1.6 seconds left. Peru State will inbound. They're not going to have a lot of time to get a shot away. Now they get it to Bowie. He launches a long 3 at the buzzer and missed it. So a nice run by the Vikings to close out the first half as they trim what was a 7-point lead. Just a minute 19 to go. They trim it down to a 1-point Peru State halftime lead.
All right, and we'll be back, and we'll take a look at the score, and we'll talk more about today's women's game, won by Valley, and the other games on the men's schedule. It's all coming up at the half.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying.